ഫസ്റ്റ് ഹാഫ് അടിപൊളി, സെക്കൻഡ് ഹാഫ് അത്ര പോരാ എന്ന റിവ്യൂസ് ഒക്കെ നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടു കാണും. പക്ഷേ ട്രാൻസിനെ കുറിച്ച് വേറെ പലതും പറയാനുണ്ട്. Hello and welcome to Sowmya's Take. This week I am taking the conversation forward on Anwar Rashid's Trance, starring Fahad Fasil and Nazriya Nazim in the lead roles. The film has been written by Vincent Vadakkan, and the question I ask is, how does trance deal with the touchy subject of religion? Please note that I'll be discussing the film in detail, so if you don't want spoilers, here's where you stop watching. Viju Prasad, played by Fahad, is a motivational speaker with a depressing history. He lives in a house with the words, "There is no elevator to success, you have to take the stairs," painted on the staircase. But ironically, it's when he's trapped in an elevator that he ultimately becomes rich and powerful. This is a cue for what's to come. Viju has taken the elevator to success, so his fall is predestined. Trance revolves around the Marxist idea that religion is the opium of the people. When Viju attends an interview to become a miracle worker, the two people who interview him, Solomon and Isaac, literally refer to religion as a drug. In the Bible, Solomon is the king who builds the first temple in Jerusalem using his father's wealth. In Trance 2, Solomon tells Viju that his father is a rich hotelier and that he wants to expand his wealth using religion. Both the Solomons are intelligent, but it's their sins which lead to their empires getting destroyed. Viju's name is changed to Joshua Carlton and he becomes a pastor. As Avarachan tells him, the letters JC also stand for Jesus Christ. After JC suffers a blow to his head due to a fallout with his employers, he goes into a coma, but is resurrected after 2 days. Right before this, we are shown a shot of a statue of Jesus Christ from the back. And when we meet JC again, he's standing with his back to the camera and his arms spread out. He's convinced that he can now actually perform miracles and tries to break out of the clutches of his employers. That's when Esther Lopez, played by Nazriya, steps in. She's introduced to us as a classy sex worker with a tragic past. The story reminds us of Mary Magdalene, who's widely believed to have been a prostitute, although there's a lot of debate on her real identity. According to some legends, Jesus is believed to have cast out 7 evil spirits from her, and she is said to have witnessed his crucifixion as well as his resurrection. In Trance, JC tries to rescue her from her vices, and she tries to save him from his employers as well as his inner demons. The film ends on an ambiguous and psychedelic note, with Esther working in a brothel in Amsterdam and running towards JC when he comes back after his treatment. Southern plays the role of Matthews, a journalist who's determined to expose JC. But in the end, when JC trusts him to tell the people who he really is, Matthews becomes tempted to accept money and keep his identity in wraps. It's a reversal of what happens in the Bible, where Judas takes money to betray Christ's identity and later regrets it. One of Jesus' miracles was to raise Lazarus from the dead, but it is when JC is confronted by Thomas, a father whose child has died because he believed in JC and did not take her to the hospital, that he decides to end it all. Interestingly, that's when JC seems to become capable of actually performing miracles. Avarachan falls down dead, and Solomon and Isaac meet their fate in the hands of Thomas. Here, Thomas carries a scythe that is similar to what the Grim Reaper or Death carries, but he is not characterized as an evil spirit. The film draws parallels between the progression of a mental illness and blind faith, suggesting that both are similar if not the same. Whether it's the sea or the repeated shots of fish, the film is rich in analogies and metaphors. Trance draws a line between religion, which is divided on the binaries of evil and virtue, sin and piety, and the language of humanity. Religion is still the opium of the people, and India in the year 2020 is a glaring example of that. That's why we need more films like Trance to be made and watched. Hopefully, the transformative power of art will wake at least some of us up.